Did you call bank? I called game.
Welcome to the third roster update of NBA 2K22. I'm going to be covering all the big changes from every single team in this video. A reminder that I gotta kind of go fast and I don't talk about too much detail of every single player because there's a lot. But if you want to see me go into detail, I'll be streaming probably either today or tomorrow. So subscribe, get the notification bell turned on, and you can see when I'm going to stream and when we can talk about it and debate it together. Okay? Now, I'm going to start off with the Philadelphia 76ers, as I always do. Tobias Harris -1. Again, this team is more of a collection of his talents rather than two players going off right now, because a lot of players are playing really, really well on this team, and that's okay. So Tobias Harris goes down, but it's not a big deal. Right? Tyrese Maxey, though, +3. One of the most upgraded players in this roster update to an 81 overall. More and more, he's getting closer to Ben Simmons' rating, and that's scary for everyone involved. It's kind of crazy. The next player is Matisse Thybulle, who also goes +2. Big deal for him. He's also playing very, very well. I'm surprised no Seth Curry update, but that's the big changes for the Philadelphia 76ers. For the Milwaukee Bucks, Chris Middleton -2. He's been performing bad. He was also injured. Chris Middleton does this from time to time. Give him a little bit and he's going to start performing really, really well. I won't be surprised. Bobby Portis +2. If you watched the stream yesterday, you know that this was inevitable. We knew this was going to happen. Bobby Portis has been huge. I've always been sad that the Knicks let him go because he was clearly a good player. It's crazy. And Pat Connaughton +2 as well. Massive upgrades for the Bucks and a downgrade. For the Chicago Bulls, a surprise. DeMar goes down. Now that's a surprise because this team is still winning. And DeMar went down, and he's not playing worse. So I think this is very, very odd. If anything, I would have said he stayed at an 89, and Levine goes up to an 89. A lot of people in my chat yesterday were saying he needs to be in the 90 overall club. So this is very, very weird. No one really expected this one. Lonzo +1, which is deserved, making him the third best player on this team, but I think that's a right statement. Alex Caruso +1, joining the 80 overall club for the first time in his career, making him more than just a role player, which is a big deal for him. And Kobe White -2. He's been injured, and when he does play, he just doesn't play much, and he plays poorly. It's a weird situation for Kobe, but he's young, and he can figure it out over time. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jared Allen +1, making him solidly the best player on the team again as an 85 overall, and this team has been winning way more than anybody thought. Darius Garland +1 as well. Evan Mobley gets no upgrade, but I wouldn't be surprised if that changes. Lauri Markkanen, bro, +2, joining the 80 overall club again ever since he was from the Bulls. He's in the 80 overall club again. He's been playing out of his mind the past 2 weeks. And Kevin Love +1. The crazy thing about Kevin Love, this is his first upgrade in, I believe, 4 years. That's crazy. Also, Dylan Windler +3, getting minutes and playing well with those minutes. So good for him. It's for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown -1. So the gap between these two are pretty big now. Al Horford +1. Dennis Schroeder +1 as well. Back in the 80 overall club where he belongs for sure. 100%. And Enes Freedom +2. This is the first time we've seen his name. I shouldn't laugh, that's awful, but there you go.
What do you mean nothing? Okay? You're laughing about something over here. I know something's funny.
And his Freedom +2. Now for the Clippers, Eric Bledsoe goes -1. And believe it or not, that's the only change. That's right. They didn't upgrade Reggie Jackson. I do not know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to say. For the Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson Jr. +2, well deserved. He's been having to pick up the slack because John Morant's been hurt, so he's been going at like insane. Desmond Bane also +3, right? So he's in the 80 overall club, which is massive for him, right? Dylan Brooks +2 into the 80 overall club for the first time in his career, which is crazy to say because it should have already happened. And Kyle Anderson -1. So a lot of changes for this team. Now that John Morant's been hurt, that's usually going to happen. For the Hawks, Trae Young +1 in the 90 overall club. This should have been the case in the first place. I don't know why he ever fell. Clint Capella -1, making him and John Collins tied for the second best player, which is about right. So for the Miami Heat, Bam goes -1, which is weird because he got hurt, but whatever. But the big one is Gabe Vincent +5. Let me repeat, Gabe Vincent +5, bro. He has been averaging 15 points in the past 2 weeks. So, yeah, you're going to get an upgrade if you're playing like that, and it's going to continue. I wouldn't be surprised. So for the Hornets, Terry Rozier +2. Obviously, if you've been paying attention, Terry Rozier's been going off lately. That's the reason why. Kelly Oubre +2 as well. This whole team has been going crazy. But Miles Bridges -1. I disagree. Even though he had a rough 2 weeks, if you noticed last game, he played great. When you are a breakout player and you start to average a lot of points, you're going to have a stretch here and there. We're going to have a bad stretch, but then you're going to come back. That's what's happening to Miles Bridges, and I think they shouldn't have downgraded him. So for the Jazz, Mitchell -1, which is kind of crazy, making Rudy Gobert clearly the best player on the team. Yeah, Bojan +1 and Jordan Clarkson +2. So overall, like a upgrade for the team besides Donovan Mitchell. For the Kings, Harrison Barnes -1. It is deserved. It is deserved. He's been playing poorly, at least compared to the beginning of the season. For the Knicks, Julius Randle -2. This is a surprise because for the most part, the Knicks have been kind of winning, right? They've actually been playing a lot better lately, and their defense has been kind of elite. But Julius Randle has been not as good, so I'll give him that one, sure. RJ Barrett -1 as well, deserved. He's been struggle city. Kemba Walker -1. He's not even in the rotation anymore. But it's everybody else. Emmanuel Quickly gets a +1. Alec Burks gets a +1. And I won't be surprised if these players get even bigger upgrades because they were playing really, really, really well. They are. For the Lakers, okay. I'm going to go on a rant. Anthony Davis -1. Now, I could see why he got it, so sure. Fine, I could see why they did it, but he's going to get upgraded later in the year. So don't even be surprised. But whatever. Anthony Davis -1. Malik Monk -1. How? He's playing so good. How? I don't know what to say. He's exactly what the Lakers needed lately. He's playing like how he's expected to play. And they downgraded him, bro. I don't know what to tell you. And then Russell Westbrook, no upgrade. It's like they don't like Russell Westbrook. How doesn't he get an upgrade off of how he's been playing and the Lakers winning lately? How? There's nothing more to say. I'm tired of talking about this every roster update. I don't understand Russell Westbrook not getting an upgrade. So for the Magic, RJ Hampton gets a +2. That's usually going to happen with teams that have like a lot of players and they're bad. They're going to be going up and down. For the Mavericks, Porzingis +2, absolutely deserved. He's been playing out of his mind. No Jalen Brunson update, which is weird. But the big one is Moses Brown -3, making him the most downgraded player in this roster update. I mean, he's not even really playing, to be fair. So it's like understandable. KD -1. That was, oh. Yeah, Kevin Durant -1. I don't know what they were smoking, but I want some because, excuse me. Patty Mills +1, deserved. So for the Nuggets, as you know, there's a lot of injuries with this team lately. So other players have been having to step up. So Aaron Gordon's been playing better, +1 for him. And Bones Highland. I told y'all about this dude a couple times. He's going to be good, and he already goes +1, making him a 75 overall. And do not be surprised if by next roster update, he's the 4th best player on this team. Don't be surprised. Karis LeVert -2. Again, there's a lot of talent on this team. Not enough buckets to go around. That's why he went down. And he's just not playing as well as expected. But he's coming back from injury, to be fair. For the Pelicans, Ingram -1. Devontae Graham -1. That's usually what happens when you're losing a lot. But I will say that Ingram probably should have gone down. He probably should have stayed normal. And Valanciunas maybe should have gone +1. Yeah, I feel like. So Cade -2. Sadiq Bey -2. Okay. This one's weird. Sadiq is up and down, I've noticed. Cade is a rookie that's just starting, so downgrading him is kind of like weird because he's just, what do you have, like, he has like 8 games under his belt? I don't know. I think with rookies, you leave them alone for a little bit. That's what I feel like, but whatever. And then Sadiq Bey goes down, it's whatever. And then, yeah, so Jeremy Grant's like by far the best player on this team, which is true. And yeah, that's it. So for the Raptors, Pascal Siakam +1, making him the best player on this team. You know, this probably should have been the case a long time ago. It's finally the case this year. Like, it's just, it feels right, you know, when the guy drops like 22 a game in the finals on Draymond Green. You probably should go up in rating throughout time, you know? Gary Trent Jr. +1, absolutely deserved. This guy is not only averaging 20 points per game the last 2 weeks, he has been one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA statistically. For the Rockets, Christian Wood +1, making him the best player on this team. Obviously, he has been, and John Wall's not even playing, so yeah. Kevin Porter Jr. +1. I swear this is the most inconsistent man in the world on my fantasy team, but like this guy can either get 30 points or 10 and you just don't know, right? But he's 21 years old, so they have one for a long time probably, right? So for the Spurs, believe it or not, the only change at all was, and it's really weird, Lonnie Walker -2, which I wouldn't even argue against. Like, I probably agree with that. But this team's been winning lately, and I'm surprised that no one got an upgrade. Maybe even like Derek White probably should have got an upgrade. Very, very weird. Very weird. For the Suns, it finally happened, boys. It has been a year of me asking for this. Devin Booker +1, making him the best player on the team. But you know what's crazy, guys? This is the first time where I felt like Chris Paul maybe should be tied with Devin Booker. Because how he's been playing lately, And without Devin Booker and how they're performing, how do you not update Chris Paul? That's crazy that they finally do it, and this is the first time I kind of don't agree with it. It's kind of nuts. But still, I think when everybody's healthy, when everyone's playing at all cylinders, I feel that Devin Booker is the best player on this team. And so I feel like that's accurate, but Chris Paul's been playing very well lately. It's kind of weird. Also, no McGee update, which is weird, but Landry Shamet +2, which is deserved. So Lou Dort +1, absolutely deserved. If you've been looking at how he's been playing lately, defensively and offensively, he's been great. And on top of that, Jeremiah Robinson Earl +3, I believe. Yeah, no, +2. +2 for Jeremiah. OKC is known for having a player randomly go +3 every week because they randomly start averaging 15 for the week, and that's what he's done. So no cat upgrade, which I was surprised with, but Anthony Edwards +1, absolutely. D'Lo +2, absolutely. Maybe even arguably +3. That's what he should have got. Big upgrades for this big three. This team is low-key decent, and they could be winning a lot more games lately. We'll see. So for the Blazers, no change for Lillard. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to get downgraded, but Nurkic +1. But no Anthony Simons update is kind of crazy, or no Nasir Little update. I really am surprised these two players didn't get any change. I'm upset with this upgrade. So they updated Jordan Poole 1 and Andrew Wiggins 1 and Draymond 3. So Draymond deserves the +3. I think Wiggins also should have been tied with Draymond. And I think Jordan Poole should have been like an 81. But whatever. I mean, I'll take them getting upgraded, but they probably deserved more, in my opinion. And last team is Spencer Dinwiddie -1 and KCP +1. And that's it. That's all the changes. Not too many crazy ones, but I feel like they missed a lot of players this roster update. But what do y'all think? Leave it in the comments below. If you like the channel, please give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.